right word, but is ready to talk about.
Yeah.
Super Bowl happened on Sunday night, I guess. Must have been Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah. Patriots, Seahawks. I'm not a big NFL guy, but Seahawks won. Apparently a bit of an upset. Fair play. Cool. All eyes were on the halftime show where Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican Bad Bunny, but American citizen, which is important to note, performed. Now, I didn't watch the halftime show because I don't care about American football, but I did see all of the stuff around it. And we wouldn't mention it if it was just that. But Jake Paul made a statement, didn't he, Paolo? He made a statement.
Yeah. Do you know what? I actually have the statement here, so I will read it out for the viewers just in case you missed it. Because what he done was he put it on his story or Twitter. No, it was on Twitter. I don't know if he's deleted this since, but purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals the viewerships for them. This meaning Bad Bunny performing at the halftime show. Obviously, he's spoken out against Trump for his policies, and currently, if you guys aren't up to date, this isn't a political show, but it does link. The unit he has set out called ICE, which is removing people off the street and deporting them left, right, and center. Some as young as 6 years old. Can I just add as well? Because the 5 or 6, 7-year-old that he had at the show, at the halftime show that he gave his Grammy Award to, was won the street by ICE. So I'm just going to add that in. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime show. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. I got a couple things wrong with that. Puerto Rico is part of America, thus making Bad Bunny an American citizen. America chose that. They chose to make Puerto Rico part of America. Thus, every citizen in Puerto Rico is American. End of. Second of all, can we just go back about 10,000 years or 500, whatever? Americans need to remember that they live on borrowed land. They stole the land to live on it. It's very ironic. Americans live on stolen land. Let's just get that one out there first of all, yeah? Because I think it is an important thing to mention before I go into Jake Paul. I'm rolling with this, Connor, and I'm going somewhere with it, and I'm landing.
I agree with everything you're saying. I'm okay with this.
So Puerto Rico is part of America. America is stolen land, which is ironic considering what is going on there at the moment and who they're condemning to say they should not be in America when Americans stole the land to live there off the natives. So just say that. My third point. Some of you didn't know this, but this is quite a mad fact about America. As of March the 1st, 2025, they have only just registered an official language. Before that, they did not have an official language. The Americans took English off of us and adopted it to American English. Americans do not have a language until the 1st of March 2025. This is all very ironic, and I'm going to get to Jake Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul has called Bad Bunny a fake American when, in turn, Jake Paul is if you really want to, if Bad Bunny's a fake American, Jake Paul, you are a fake American. If we're going to do that, can I just say that for a second? So let's relax. However, times have moved on. Americans live where they are, and they're proud to be American. I've got no problem with that. But you can't pick and choose who's American. It's the whole thing of cleansing a society. We saw this happen before on a worse scale in history, where a society they tried to be cleansed, and we saw what happened there. It's happening in America, not as radical or violently, but still violent. And Jake Paul's come out in support of that. What the reason I obviously have many problems with this. I am myself a product of mixed parents, both of color and heritage. So my dad, in terms of, is a different continent, but my dad was an immigrant. My stepdad is an immigrant. who come over to the UK to work. There we go. I can't side with people's logics like Jake Paul. I'm not afraid to call him out. I was at an MVP press conference for us, Hooked Casuals, the other
Yeah.
day, which
Yeah.
we'll get onto in a bit, because despite all of this, they do have an amazing card coming up, which I do want to mention.
Yeah, we
because
will talk
I
about
actually
that, and
really
we'll
like
give that the credit.
But I'm also not afraid to speak my opinion. And the problem with a lot of these media channels, and I hope a lot follow suit, Connor. And I know I'm rambling a bit, but I will let you throw your bit in.
No.
And I hope media channels follow suit. This is a message to them as well. Before I go to Jake Paul again, you've got a responsibility in the space that you carry and who you associate with and what you do. Me saying this, if I never go to an MVP show again, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I believe I stick to my core values. I'm not, and if you don't move like that, you're a worm. Sorry, but I'm gonna say what it is. So Jake Paul has, as we know, Puerto Rican fighters. He's got Latin American fighters signed to MVP, all of which Amanda Serrano come out and said that she does not agree with Jake Paul's comments, obviously, being Puerto Rican, supporter of Bad Bunny and everything else. Probably affected herself by the policies going on in America at the moment, because it's her people and so on, and a lot of the other Latin community, which are also being affected by this Mexicans mixture of people. The interesting point about this is obviously Jake Paul has Latin fighters, a large proportion of their fan base and their shows are done in Puerto Rico. Obviously, they're venturing out, but they have been doing their shows in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
This is a bad thing for MVP. MVP is obviously run by Nikisa and Jake Paul. Damage control was in full effect on Instagram when MVP come out and said that you have we're in support of our Puerto Rican fighters. I'll actually read the statement out because I've got it here. MVP stands for one thing and one thing only: our fighters. Whether you're from Puerto Rico or anywhere else in the world, we proudly stand behind you and will always work to elevate you and the pride you bring to the ring. And I believe that. I genuinely do, because I don't think MVP is a sole representation of Jake Paul. Nikisa himself coming from I believe Nikisa, if I'm not mistaken, is Iranian.
Could be, yeah.
He's Iranian. So, you know, and they've got a vast majority of countries on their shows. But this is bad for MVP, Connor. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. Jake Paul looks stupid. He's wrong. And to be honest with you, if you've got them views, you should not be promoting fighters. And